All right, welcome team. We're back with, I guess, the second episode now of this reclamation of Lancesounded, the little lonely fortress in the world. If we open up the world settings, come on, my computer just seems a bit laggy today. Had a power outage, so it had to sort of restart itself, but that's good. Because that sort of does reset everything. So this is, of course, the world that we're looking at, and this is us in here. So the Dwarven Fortress of Lancesounded. So the in the Towers of Thunder, the mountain range that we sort of happen to be sort of on the foothills of. So and the site government is the Torch of Tome, which I selected it because it was just a nice rhyming little sound. And the civilization that we're from is from the Vault of Ivy, which is further south. So we've got sort of the blue ones are from the Vault of Ivy. So we do actually have some locations that are close to us back in through here. So that's sort of where we are. Now there's rumoured artefacts somewhere deep down below. The Tooth Grip, the Flickering General. We've got Canyon Seduce, the Sickness of Torment, and Flax Declines, the Escort of Laws, which were not found by the goblins. They didn't get deep enough to get to those. So the goblins have already destroyed the fortress once. Like that was actually now in our game time. It's probably about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, was when the siege ended, and this is now the new group that's come back in to fight. If we have a bit of a look, there is actually a group down here which we're at war with. This is the Dark Goblin Pits of Profane Chanted. Population of only 30 in this particular one. The site government is the Shady Spider. There's a few different artifacts in through there as well, or books. What else have we got in through there? That's a Goblin Hamlet. So it looks like there is a group of goblins that we are at war with, which is a good thing. I'm just looking for more red to see if they're sort of deeper across the map. Here they all are. Here they are, the goblins from over here. They've got to go through these plains to get to us. And there is a necromancer tower over through here. The Human Tower of Throat Raced. So this has got a population of about 20 necromancers. There'll be a lot more undead there as well, I would guess. So that's the only sort of real negatives we have around us. So at least we know that we are at war with a goblin faction. We'll be able to find things out. If we go to news and rumours, we're not going to see anything just yet, but that's going to change pretty quickly. There's a few little things there where different groups of dwarves have sort of been going off and resettling. Actually, there's goblins down there. There is goblins, I think. Yeah, Dark Goblin Pits there, about 100. So it looks like they've actually gone off to attack this location here. Yeah, in the midsummer of 302, the army of Oster, Wicked Goose, marched on Post Puzzled. And so, okay. So they did march there, and there's another group that marched from these pits across to down to one of these. Yeah, so the Midwintern army again marched. All right, so there's a few different rumours there of different attacks going in. We're not seeing the rumours of course, Lancesounded being attacked. But if we just go back to Centre on the Fort again and unclick rumours, interestingly, they've actually gone in, but we're not at war with these goblins. Don't know why. So anyway, that's sort of where we are. Let's just click on done. And now, one little thing I actually, and I don't know if people actually left a comment about this, but I was when I often think about what I've been doing when I ride to work on my bike, and like I said, I've got about half an hour to just think. And hi Big, how you going? And I don't know why, I just have a blind spot for not remembering how to actually do the various little engravings of the tombs. I should know this by now. It should be sort of set in stone with what I'm doing here. As we sort of come back down into here, we actually have this particular Stoneworkers Workshop has got Dishmab's engraved memorial is an important thing that we need to get done, but nobody is doing it. It's sort of like been issued as a task. It's been designated as an important task, as in do it now, but no one has done it now because we've actually got a ghost wandering around in the fortress, and we want to get rid of the ghosts because they're becoming thick and fast fairly soon, as quickly as possible, and so we need to get these slabs looked after and basically sort of and engraved. But the trouble I have, and I always do this, and I've just got to remember that when you go into for engraving slabs, you need to basically have people being able to engrave. And if I go back down to my engravers, and we even looked at this one yesterday, it was only the selector to do this. It's funny, I looked at it and it didn't even twig. It was only like when I was thinking about it, I thought, hang on, I really need to set up so that at the moment everyone does this, because I don't really care about the quality of the engraving. We don't have other engravings that we're doing. So let's go and make that everyone does the engraving. That will then get everything done. Stone cutters, everyone's doing it. Engraving is to do any sort of engraving, including slabs. So we'll just get that one done. That's going to then get that sorted. That's one issue. There was a second issue that we had as well, and for the life of me, I can't think of what it actually was. I can't think of what it is. So we've lost a dog, and we've lost one member of the team. Have actually already succumbed to giant bats deeper down into the fortress. Now there may still be other giant bats hidden, but I think that we've sort of covered everything that was happening early-ish. You know, what have we got through there? We've got the there's different bits and pieces. I might just unlock certain things as we find them. One thing we haven't done yet is to set up actual trade areas. Actually, some of these things are going to be thrown away. That's all right. We'll just leave that one where that is. We also have the first lot of traders coming. So some of the guys are now going off to sleep in these different locations. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and get them to go back up. Let's just set up the certain things that we need initially. Now you can see there that these are designated sort of into different areas, and we want the same sort of thing to happen again, where we end up with sort of like a big area of just all of the furniture on one side. So let's just go and set some of these things up. So place a stockpile. And I'll just do a big one for furniture. So that will just go all the way up to there. Accept. And in this case, furniture. We'll get a little bit tricky with things as well, because there's going to be a few little things we're going to need to sort of set up as well for the trading. So furniture will just go into there. And I might just go to, I don't think there's anything in custom that I need to really worry about. Like furniture is basically all of these different things. Sometimes there's certain things in here that we don't want in here, like sandbags, for example. But I'm just going to keep them all in there for now, because we don't have a sand mining location at all. So we'll just leave those where that is. So the furniture will end up in this one. Over through here, we've got like different bags and things. If we just go back and have a look at this one through here, pigtail bag. So they've got these different bags and also containers. So any like the bins and barrels and things like that. But we're going to need to have one for empty containers as well. So I'll just go and now the mechanisms will also then just go into here, I think. But let's just go and make one where we've got like the empty barrels. So empty barrels and containers at the top of this area. And we might split this up into two different groups. So we'll just do like an empty barrels up the top there, accept. And so this will be, again, this will be food for barrels. So I'm just going to go to food, and then I'm going to go to custom. And I'm just going to go, I think this is where we do it. Where is it? Plants and drinks. Actually, that's not it. That's not it at all. All right, so that's not the one I was thinking of. Funny, I thought we could do the empty stuff. Let's just go none there. So we turn all the food off. Try furniture again. Yeah, there's barrels there. I think that means empty barrels anyway. So So we'll just go across and do that one there. All of those, none of those, and we'll just do barrels. Bins. I'm thinking maybe we do bins as well. Probably. I mean, in one sense, just barrels on their own would be good. And there's another one as well that I think we need to go and get. Large pots, food storage. Let's just go and do that. Barrels and food storage. Okay, so that one's now done. We just go back across into this other one as well. This is food stockpile number 1. Go to custom and just turn off barrels and food storage. That way we sort of end up sort of isolating those. We're now going to need another one for bins. I'll just do another little section down through here. So right click, new stockpile, and we'll just sort of set one up through here as well. Accept furniture. Oh, not finished goods, sorry, furniture. Oh, is it? No, it's not finished goods, is it? Or is it? No, it's furniture. Custom. In this case, we turn off actually it's none except for bins, and we've got boxes. I'm not sure if boxes would be right, but I'll chuck that in there as well. That'll do us, I think. So yeah, that's okay. We'll just leave that where that is. Right click, go back to our first one, go to custom, and get rid of bins and boxes. All right, so that just sort of that just means we end up with certain things where we can actually have a quick look at them and think, okay, yep, that's what that is there. So this is actually where when we build things from this layer through here, they will then be built down into the bottom here. This one here is going to be where we end up putting the various. Now we've got a few different locked areas into here as well. What have we got in here? This is the incognito skeleton. We've got a shale crown. I'll just unlock the whole lot that's actually in this particular one. There's this is all from the previous attack on the fortress. So we'll just go back across and just unlock the whole lot. And this one here, we're just going to end up with a massive stone stockpile. So we'll just go across, just place stockpile. And so this one here will be mainly just for stone, but we don't want to have essentially we don't want metal ores. So I'm just going to go none of these. So we won't put metal ores in there. Economic stones are also not really what we want there. Just other stone, but not clay either. I don't want. We've got clay that we've already been. They started mining clay not mining it, but they ended up with a lot of clay around the place. So we might set something up in the bottom of the fortress for making pottery, like things out of pottery, but not yet. So it's just going to be other stone for this one here. So this is our stone stockpile, and we'll do the same thing over here for wood. So we'll just go and set up another stockpile. And accept, and this one would just be a wood stockpile. All right, that's going to be our building blocks. And so as we come across and mine things out, we'll then just end up here with different bits and pieces coming back in, which would be nice. Okay, so we've got the outpost liaison has actually arrived, and so they'll be wanting to meet with actually who is our Sick is now the expedition leader. And Sick is the one that's going to be sort of like, well, expedition leader is what they'll then deal with, and then Sick will have to then go and deal with the trade caravan. Let's just go back up to where the trade caravan will end up coming, which is in here. So they're going to be coming into this location. Now, at the moment, this is all locked off. I'm not unhappy with that, so we'll leave that one where that is. I don't think the sieges can break open these. We're going to need more of these. Things where we can lock down the fortress. Back in here, there was a heap of stuff that was actually ready for trade. So let's just go and get this stuff all ready for the trading. So this was actually where they had been building all of the goods, so we can actually go and make use of all of this stuff that they actually had already gotten. So we've got all sorts of different figurines and all sorts of different things that they had been building. Now, one thing we should have a look at is just what is our value. The created wealth is 8,000 at the moment. Yeah, imported wealth, we've got 2,000-ish. We don't really know at this stage. We have to be very careful here. Exported wealth is currently none. That will go up, and then we'll become a bit of a target. So we do need to start to think about how we set up our fortress above, and also then how we actually secure it. And I'm thinking, because the siegers can actually ultimately dig, like depending on what they bring. Like we were unlucky last time simply because we ended up with a group that was like well and truly beyond the level that we were really at with the fortress, and that was because we'd made too much stuff and gotten rid of it. I think we've got 250 for level 1 for the exported wealth that we can do. But we're already getting, like, the created wealth is sort of like what has been built in the fortress, and you can see we haven't done that ourselves. And so we're starting off already quite rich with what things are going. Hi, Heart of Mithril, how are you going? And Private Joe and Dragster. So evening down to 6. Who did we lose? We lost. Was it Cause Lord? I think yesterday. Yeah, we lost Cause Lord. So we had our first banning. Yeah, we've still got 6 there. Yeah. So where's the? I'm not seeing. They're not all in their equipment. There should be. There should be 3 military. There's only 2. Less Seekers, but yeah, someone should actually have all of their equipment on. There was 3 of them in there. Hang on, let me have a quick look and see who is missing. Oh, that must have been Course Lord that was actually part of the military. Well, we're just going to leave it with these 2. They're going to have to just do it. So I didn't realise that. Okay, so that makes life a bit trickier then. So we've lost a military dwarf. We'll have to wait until get another group. We'll need a fair few more people in the fortress before we sort of start to add people. So let's just go down and see, because the body is still here. So this is Cause Lord's mangled skeleton. But I'm not seeing the... not seeing all of the various. Actually, who was it? Let's just go back and have another look. Did it change because skilled mace dwarf? It was sick. Well, sick will need to go back in there. So even though he's an expedition leader, he got taken out of there because he became expedition leader. I think we'll put sick back in there. Yep, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I didn't think Cause Lord they would have survived. Oh, hang on, we've got another eagle. Oh no, the eagle's okay. It was not the eagles that we had to worry about. It was the I'm trying to say it was the bloody hell, my mind's gone blank. It was not the eagles. It was the giant bats that caused all the trouble yesterday. All right, so we're going to. We'll need to put to rest the ghost that's wandering around in the fortress. If we have a quick look and see who's actually still in here, we've got the Dishmab. The ghost of Dishmab is haunting different people. So there's haunting Began at the moment. So Began is trying to keep this planting actually going on nice and thoroughly. The cats are playing with the bones of the dead cats. And have we got anything in this bag yet? Actually, this is another thing. As I see little things like this, I'll just go and fix them up. So this is going to be another stockpile. This will be a seed stockpile, except this will be food, and then the food will be customized to have none except for seeds. And then we do all the seeds in there. So that's only going to be for seeds in that location. So that will be fine. These cats will get rid of all the bones and things in a little while, but Dishmab is haunting Began at this point in time. So we'll try to get that one. I don't think Dishmab is a murderous ghost just yet. It's the ghostly Baron Consort of Patwinkled. And so his wife is still alive. He only got married weeks before coming to the fortress and then dying in the siege. So no one got a chance to actually to name him properly. Right, let's just go back up again, and we're slowly sort of getting things sorted. Now, one thing I'm trying to build this one so we can get catacombs to just put the actual dwarves to rest. I might have a quick look at the work orders as well, and just sort of see what has been set up in here. So at the moment, we don't have much there. We've thread. I'm going to need to get lots of coffins, and we're going to need to get lots of slabs, because they're going to be coming really, really heavy fairly soon. So let's just go back up. We're looking for slabs and coffins now. Now we've got make ash there. Okay, so we'll end up. I won't get. I'll let that happen, but we won't sort of worry too much about it. Make soap from tallow. Okay, rock crafts, we'll keep on doing those, I guess. I think I may switch that one off at some point. Although we do need to keep on selling them. Make rock throne table, coffins, there we go. So we make one coffin at a time. You can see there has not been activated, so we need to go and change the parameters of this particular order. And so it needs at least 50 non-economic hard stone, and we don't have that one. And we also need to have at most 2. I'm going to need to increase this number to about 4, just so we've got like a group of them. And I think I'm going to reduce this one down to maybe sort of like about 25. So this one still, we don't have enough of the rock, the rock to use just yet. But that's going to be something we will need to be doing. So we need to keep on bouncing through these, so we'll just leave that one where that is. Then we've got the coffins, slabs. We need this one as well. This one's we're going to need a lot of slabs available all the time. So let's just go back across. And again, we're probably going to need about 4 at minimum, maybe even more than that, just to put the ghost to rest. And I'm going to make this one, even just if we've got 10, we will need this one happening. And this is now satisfied. So it's going to build slabs. When Sick finally gets to checking it all out, he can then sort of check out and see what's going on. Make raw green glass. Yep, okay, that's all fine. So we've got collect sand. That's done. There must be a sand collection area somewhere in the fortress. So I don't remember making it. And then we've just got trying to make the food, but we actually don't have that. We don't actually have the kitchens for that. Now the kitchens probably should be around in here somewhere. So we'll end up figuring out a way to have those established. Maybe back over here. We do have mining. Actually, what I might do is actually, just so we get rock, is to go back to my labour menu, the miners, and I'll make it so that Private Joe only does mining. So Private Joe will then just get into the actual mining, and so we'll set up another location. This was going to be another well that we're going to have into here. So what I will do is actually just go and place the kitchens in this area. So we'll just go and make a little area that is going to be, we're going to need storage as well. We don't need much for the kitchens. Just need 3 workshops plus storage. So if we have like a gap around every single one of them, that's so we're going to have 4, 8, 12, 13 wide. Will be the one that we want, and then I'll just make it say make it 5 deep. That will give me the 3 different workshops that we need, and I'll just come in from the angles in through here. That'll do. So we'll just walk into those. Now above us we have the bedroom layer. Below us we have nothing much really. So it's just the hospital, and so because I need to have like a nice big area for storing the food. So I think we'll actually make this the area that we then end up storing food in. So let's just go down into this one and then make a food storage back over this other side. So we'll dig a staircase. So there's going to be one there, and then another one there. If we make the stairway down, could end up just being, we could do a couple halfway through. Let's just go and do that. So we'll just go this one and then go down one, and we'll just come back over to here in between the various locations, and we'll mine this out as well. And so this will be a larger food area. So we'll just get a food storage. Get that designated into there as well. And so that'll do. And I don't want to go any deeper than that. So that sort of then takes me down to there. And I can actually then sort of figure out the best ways of storing drink and food and stuff like that. We won't need a big area for that. Anyway, that will then get that bit of it done. Actually, that's not quite right. What have I done there? Yeah, I've got this one in the wrong spot. Forget that. And forget that. It's this one here. I need the stair going from there to there. So we'll just get that one. That way we've got a workshop, a workshop, a workshop. I've then got areas around it where I can put raw materials. I'm going to need a lot more space for that actually. So I might just make a larger zone down in here for the raw food. That'll do, I think. That will do. Okay, so we'll actually, no, it won't do. We'll use this extra space here for the prepared food, and so we'll monitor this a bit more closely as we sort of do things. Okay, that's all good. So are there any Distant Worlds 2 DLCs particularly useful? There's one coming up very, very soon. I forget the date actually for the next DLC is due to drop actually for Distant Worlds. I've got to play a bit of that actually with the new stuff, but in Distant Worlds, like all of the faction ones, I find really, really good. They're all good, but I really like the factions, to be honest, from Distant Worlds. So hi Lucio Gaming. I don't know if I said hi before. We're down to see who did we lose? Yeah, so it was Cause Lord that we lost in the last one. Okay, sorry if I keep on missing chat and stuff like that. If you want to grab my attention, just do an @Daz tactic, whether you're watching in YouTube or in Twitch. Okay, so that'll at least get kitchens. Will end up in there. That should all be okay, I think. We'll just go from that other location. We'll figure things out as we go. Actually, having empty barrels is actually can be better. It can be better used to have them close by, but it might be better to actually dig off the side here somewhere. Anyway, let's leave that one where that is. What else do we have to set up? Well, not much, because we're just going to now wait for the liaison to arrive and then talk with us, and then also the merchant. So let's just go back up to the top of the fortress, and I can start to bring the goods across actually. So there's no trader needed yet. Sick will then come and do this one when it's time. So we'll just move goods to and fro from the depot. Actually, wait, are the traders here yet? Maybe not. Let's just unpause and let things actually happen. So we'll wait. Now, who was that? This is the outpost liaison. So this is the outpost liaison. We'll just follow this one through the fortress. He's going to find Sick. Sick is here, working away. So he's just saying, hey, come on. He's asleep now. You have to wait for him to wake up. You can hover around and make some noise. The merchants have now arrived and are unloading their goods. There we go. Come on. Come on, wake up, Sick. I think Sick is pretending. Now, Dishmab has actually, we've now got Dishmab's location. Let's just go and quickly place that down here as well. So we'll just go back into here. We can now put the other ghost to rest. So we'll place furniture, a slab at this location, and this is a granite. Oops, hang on. Cancel construction. Place furniture, slab. This is the memorial, so we need that one there. All right, so that will then be placed. I'm just going to go and make that a urgent, make that a top priority. That way the ghost will be put to rest. So the merchants are now which one? What number did I give merchants? Just going through my keyboard shortcuts here. Yeah, I didn't actually. It looks like I didn't actually do anything there. So I'll just go down from the top of the fortress to where this is actually happening. So they're coming in here now. We'll just go and tell the guys that we're going to be moving goods to and from the this area. So we've got things like bracelets, and there's a heap of them. So we'll just go and grab the whole lot, I think. So this will be good. So just individually, pretty close to where they are. There's a few other bracelets around the place. Chalk bracelets, yeah, that one there. We'll just sell the bracelets off, I think. Yeah, the distance is nice and close with a lot of these things. Distance 8. So these were all just sitting outside. That'll do us. There's a fair bit of value there. In one sense, I can control what damage is going to come our way by how much I trade at this point in time, because that's going to be the one factor. We've got a population factor, which we're very, very low on population, so that keeps everything down. We've got so we've got population is one factor. The second factor is the value of the fortress, which is already going to be fairly high, and that will be high as we, that'll just go higher and higher as we develop the fortress more and more. And then trading as well. So they're the triggers for sieges and stuff like that. So so we want to get on top of a lot of this stuff before that actually does occur. We'll have to get to a point, I think, when we get a few more people, just to process the actual different bones and stuff, so that we can actually then get rid of it. Anyway, that's that. Most of these bracelets and things will come from in here. Let's just unpause. And then we should get a message when Sick does eventually wake up. Here we go. Oh, what have we got? Dishmab has been put to rest. There we go. So that's now gone. Excellent. And we now have diplomacy. So the expedition leader Sick meets with the outpost liaison. So I am your liaison from the mountain homes. Let's discuss your situation. Okay. There is much to share. Information has been added now to the civilization world menu. I don't know if we can open that up. And see news and rumors. Is there new stuff that occurred? We're seeing a few. We're not seeing talk of other attacks than what we saw. So we do actually have different things are happening. So in the midsummer of 302, Bengu Prank Color became the holy crab of the fresh faith, replacing this one through here. This is actually a human town. So somehow we've found some rumors about this one. This is actually a dark goblin fortress of 6,000 goblins. So this one here in 301, refugees calling. If we click on it, we can then see all of the different rumors. So there's going to be lots of calling themselves the magical labours fled from the area just before an army of the tired evils led by the human Rigu descended upon trust-hated. Refugees calling themselves the bent seals. These can be the groups that end up wandering off, I think, to become... this is possibly where the force left to attack us. If we look at in the year 301, bodice of circling... I forget the name of the group that actually attacked us. The gold of exiting. So what are these? These will be nomadic groups, I guess. Crescent Rafters. So I'm not noticing the names that are sort of they're not ringing any bells. what we can do actually to try to figure that out, actually I'm sort of interested to see, I'll just click on done. There's a few different rumours in through here. There we go. Oh, that's us. Sick became the expedition leader of our little group. That's one rumour that we've now can confirm. We've got this. This is a Dwarven Helix. So someone else became the mayor there as well, and another one there as well became the mayor of the High Armory. So there's a few different replacements of different groups in through there. That one there's just got a, oops, there's not much going on there. Late spring. Untitled was known to be in this particular location. That'll be some criminal. So there's now rumours of a criminal wandering around the place, causing havoc, but we don't know who it is. So we're just going to click on done. So there's a vague rumour of something going on. Let's go back to our diplomacy. Much to share, that's all good. So make requests. Now, one thing we don't have is gypsum, and so that's probably the one thing that I really do want to have is access to gypsum. Now we're going to have a lot of money in this fortress. So if we do have anything in particular that we would like to get, for example, I do want to build up I want my walls to be able to withstand siege engines for a good length of time. And at the moment they don't. They're just sort of like they're a block wall, but they're not a reinforced block wall. And for that we need metal. But I will just go back down to the bags. Where is it? I don't have to get anything, but I do like to get gypsum. Just to reset, there we go, powders. And gypsum plaster. I'm just going to ask for that because this is one of these unique little items that you do need in your hospital. And if you don't actually have access to making plaster, you will need to import it. And so this is one thing we do need to import. At this particular location, we haven't found any gypsum. So it's going to be worth double the money, but that's actually okay. So if there was things in particular that we needed, like we're going to be setting up an area where we can then go and start to sort of make equipment for ourselves fairly soon in terms of the military. So that is all done. Okay. They want cut gem and leather water skins. Well, we can maybe make some giant bat leather water skins. Now that'll be for next year. I always forget that this is what they want. I wish there was an easier way to just be always reminded, or have an easy reminder about what they actually do. And I think there is somewhere in the information that tells you that, but it's not something we need to worry about. All right, let's just get all this stuff in here. Let everyone sort of do this, and then we'll get Sick involved in here as well, just to then do the trading. So we're getting more and more stuff. Waiting 80 more items. There's 9 troglodytes. We don't have to worry about those. It's only the ones that were already in the fortress that was a problem. Just double check and see. 70 items. Hi Aster Blaster, how are you going? I haven't checked to see if YouTube is up and running. I have to have a bit of a look. Hi Boland. So I've got a few names from yesterday, which I've still got. So we'll just wait till we get the first migration wave, and then we'll start to name a few people. How are we going now? 42 items remaining. Just bring it all in. There's only 6 of them. They need to sort of share the load here. Grabbing more and more stuff. 29 items. Oh yeah, actually we can just watch this go down this way. I don't really need all of them in there, but excuse me, we'll just wait for Sick to do stuff. We can sort of see he's actually bringing items to the depot as well, so he's just helping at this point in time. Yep, so Sick is saying Corzord was who we lost last, right? Yes, that's indeed the case. Okay, 5 items still coming, maybe from deeper down in the fortress somewhere. 3 items coming. 2, there we go. So, broker requested at the depot. So, he's off for a drink. And we'll just wait for him to come back up. Then he can do the trading. Conduct meeting. So he's having a meeting with somebody. Trade at the depot. There he is. So Sick is actually in here now. So we can now sort of do the trade. So now Sick is not ideal for this. Corzord was the leader of the group. I'm just going to go for a drink of... Actually, I've got a drink of water right here. I thought I'd finished it. So we have a lot of goodies here that we can make use of. So greetings from the Mountain Homes. Your efforts are legend here. There. Let us trade. We've only been here for a month, so I'm not sure why. Maybe they realise just how dangerous this location actually is. So we've got all this stuff here where we can just go and turn it all on. Basically, all the bracelets. If I go and do that one, the value here is 1,856. Now we need to. If we trade 250, I think it is, in what we're doing. If we go to settings, and have a quick look at settings, go to difficulty, go to custom settings. So the merchant trade triggers that we have is 250, 1,250 for trade level 2. Level 3 at 5,000, once we actually hit 5,000 trade, we then actually hit the level 3 for the sieges and so on and so forth, which was too much for us. So I don't want to, like 2 I think we'd be able to cope with, not with the group we currently have. We also then have the production trigger there, so we're falling into the values will be in here somewhere, like between 1 and 2 at this point in time. That will change quickly. We need to get up to 15 before we really will trigger any sort of real big attack. So we've got a little bit up our sleeve in terms of population. So we'll still just keep on trying to sort of move through here. So just go and click on done and go back again. Oops, and return to the game and trade again. So we don't have to worry too much about the trade values that we actually have. I will just double check that YouTube is running. Sorry, I'm just going to have a quick look and see. Yep, that's okay. Yep, that's good. All right. Okay, so actually, we'll just double check. I'm pretty sure we've... Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. That's all right. That is good. So we've got the... so we need to just go through what they've got and what do we actually want. Now, they've got things like these pewter bars. These are the sorts of things that we can use to bolster the top of the fortress if we need to. So that is, there's only a small group of those there. I won't worry about them. Glass, I might throw some things like this stuff in here that we don't actually have access to easily ourselves. So let's just go and throw that into what we want. Rope. You always need rope. I won't get anything sort of too extravagant, but we'll just get a few of these cheap ropes. We might as well, because we've got so much loot here, we might as well go and make use of it. We don't have any instruments, so we might wait a little while before we sort of get into making instruments or doing anything. There's a cow. That's valuable. This will give us a good source of milk. So we'll grab that as well. Now this is already 1,200. Let's just go and throw that one in there. Trade a profit. It's turned green, which means he's happy with that profit, which is not bad. Let's just go back down through these. And just see if there's anything else that we want. Cave wheat. Sand. Thanks there for the gifted subs there, Began. That's again very much appreciated. Steel anvils, we've got heaps of them. We don't need them. Fish. We got any more gypsum? That's really what I'm looking for. It's nice steel greaves there. This cow's worth a fortune. A small fortune, but we'll still make use of it. Splints. Yeah, codices. Okay, we didn't see any gypsum plaster there. That could be a problem. I'll just go with, let's just do the trade and be done with it. Yes, proceed. And that way, when we now sort of unpause the game, well, I've got to wait for them to sort of leave the fortress. But we no longer need the. That's now done. We've done our trade. By doing a successful trade, like one that's of value to the to the people who've come in, like to the traders, what it does do is it sets things up so that they can they will now leave and say good things about us, which will then sort of promote people to come and stay and join our fortress and so on and so forth. So they'll go back and start rumours about how good we are by doing the solid trade. It's important. All these things it's such a complex and interwoven game, I guess, with different things. So okay, orangutans has now become attached to a copper shield. There will be better equipment, but let's just let things develop at this stage. We just need to keep on getting things working. We've got one happy dwarf. Who's that? Because no one was really all that happy before. This is Sick, the expedition leader with no job. So we can sort of see at the moment, Sick will then go off and do something else at this point in time. Make rock crafts, yeah, plant seeds. So everyone's sort of just working into different areas. And Private Joe is probably where we want to be watching to see. So he's now setting up these little areas down through here. We'll just watch as things actually happen. Should we go up the top of the fortress? There is a oh, here was that just came in. A visitor. Mapo, the human swordsman, has come to visit us, I think. Yep, so he's coming in to visit. We'll have to just put up with that for a little while, where they sort of come back in, but that's okay. We'll end up probably with we'll make this into a bigger keep around the place when we sort of get going. We do have all these different cages as well. We're going to be needing to set up this is going to ultimately be our fortress where we do different things. So we're going to need to protect this and get things sort of happening a bit better than what we see through here. Probably sort of fix all this stuff up as well, and just make it into a keep, which is sort of hopefully we can get to that today. There are some iron bars in through here. Iron bars I don't want to be using for that. I want them for steel. We'll be making a steel industry. You know what we should do is actually go down to the bottom of the fortress and actually start to. If I go to F8, there's nothing down there. This is actually the F7 takes me all the way to the very, very bottom of the fortress. This is elevation 10. If I go and press F1, I go to the very, very top, elevation 49. So this is essentially 40 layers below here is where we're going to be doing all of the metal smelting. I might get that set up soonish, I think. Might even cheat a little bit just to get some of those things actually established. As in, I'll just move certain things out of the lava flow, just so we've actually then got sort of that under control. So with this one here, I'm just going to change this one to my. This is the wagon arrival location. I'll just call this one the entry, or the keep. And we will set that one there. Okay, sure you want to reassign? Yes, proceed. So this will be, when I press F1, that's what we're going to be seeing at that point. So if I go over here and press F1, bang. Oh, no, it's still back there. Hang on, what happened there? That should have set this entry to recenter on the current view. Yes, proceed. Really overwrite, yes. Okay, done. Now, when we go over here and press F1, yeah, we now go back to here, which is the important location for us in terms of the entrance of the fortress. Now, we've still got a heap of stuff in this wagon, as well as other things. I do need a catch-all area for putting goods in, and we do actually have, even this area here could be used for that. This is now, the butcher's is now, has butchered something, but we don't have an area to process it. So this is where we just don't have enough stuff just yet. I don't really have a location in here where I can actually go and place just general things. Let's just go and move it deeper into the fortress. This is ultimately going to be an important bedroom, so I won't do anything there. I could use the corridors for just putting a catch-all for things if I needed to. Don't really want to do it there. I think I'll come deeper into the fortress and maybe sort of do something underneath this layer, just as a general location. I don't think we sort of had built much in here. This was areas, I know that there's a giant bat in here, for example, that's hidden away. And there could, like, the fact is that there's going to be giant bats waiting for us when we do open these things up. We don't have a lot in here either. This is all part of that original part of the fortress. So this is actually then goes down into the other layers, which we're seeing them over here, but we're just not seeing them back where we were. This is the bottom of the where we were. Actually, I'll just go and unforbid those mechanisms. So we do actually have this particular area we've got established, and we've got the grate as well. I'll just just so we've got certain sort of things. So this has got like what have we got in there? Just a piece of firelight. That's I mean, I don't mind that not being able to be used. This is actually where our what am I trying to say? This is where the well is. So the well goes down into here. So we're seeing certain areas of the fortress, and then that one all comes back up. And we've got the main well is here, with all the different bodies, etc. I don't really have a great place to go and just put junk, like it's sort of... I'm looking at these sorts of areas thinking that's probably about the best I've got. I'll just go back up through the fortress. I've got this room here. This was just going to be purely for the dogs, so I might change this around. I'll make this into just a catch-all. So we'll just go and place a stockpile in here. And accept, and this is just going to be for all, and then we're just going to get rid of certain things. If we go back into custom, you'll see that the corpses and refuse are not here. So we will need to end up with a corpse pile and a refuse pile. Things I don't want is stone, so I don't want any stone at all. Weapon trap components is okay. Wood we don't want in here as well, so no wood. And no furniture. We've already got that elsewhere as well. So we'll just get rid of that completely. Food, we don't want seeds, because we've already got a location for that one. Everything else, I'll keep all that here until we can get things sorted. That'll do us, I think. That'll do us. So we'll just go and leave that one where that is. This is nowhere near big enough. I might, yeah, look, I'll just wait until we can sort of get things done. Let's just unpause just so we can start things off. There's stuff going off in here. Yeah, what's he doing there? He is butchering an animal. So there's other animals that he's still actually working on. Have a look and see, what is he carrying? Oh, nothing there. This is our chief medical dwarf. Learning the anatomy. It must be giant bats, I would guess. So we're going to end up with some nice leather, hopefully. Here we go. Some migrants have arrived. Hopefully we get a lot of them. So let's just go and see. We'll just go and click on OK and then quickly pause. Now the merchants will be leaving soon. That's fine. They only stay a short period of time. The rock crafts have been done. I might change the rock craft parameters just while we're here in the work orders, because they're going to rip through too many of what we've got. So let's just go and make it so that it's hard for to do rock crafts for a little while. It should still be set up, I would guess. Rock crafts, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Spin thread. Where are you? There it is. So I'm just going to change the number here to 50. So only when we've got 50, greater than 50, will we start to sort of add these things back into the mix. So we'll just get that one sort of done there. Were the character redemptions refunded? Should be no. You're okay. I've got them ready to go. So we're going to, as they come in, we will give you all. So the first one in is, and it'll just go back to my Dasdemptions. So we've got Boland, Eck, and Tailsly Fox. I'll just pop that out. Pop out the reward queue, and I'll just keep that off on the side there for a second. So yeah, I've got those three. So they're going to be the first three coming in. So this one here is a miller, okay, a spinner and a beekeeper. We can have a quick look at the skills. Combat skills, no, nothing much there. Anyway, this is this Fecod becomes Boland. Done. All right, so we've got Boland there. This next one is coming in is the spouse of Boland. So this is, and she's also an adequate spinner, but a legendary stone crafter. Now we don't need a stone crafter right now, but this one here is Eck. Okay, and again, skills, combat, nothing. All right, so a proficient teacher, but she's a high-level stone crafter. All right, unpause, 2, 3, here comes a baby. So who are your parents? We don't know yet, but they will be coming, no doubt. They'll be on their way. And so this one here is overview, only 1 year old. I won't name the babies. There we go. This is someone's dad. Kate, this is Kate and the woodcutter. Adequate woodcutter. Don't really need a woodcutter. And this one here is going to be Tailsly Fox. Now that's our redemptions done. So if anyone wants a Dasdemption in the game, now is the time, because we should end up with a few other units coming back in. So I'll just leave that one back over there and pop that one at the back. So the redemptions are done so far. So Tailsly Fox is ready to go. Here comes another miner. So we've got a miner that's just arrived. A second, another miner. This is actually useful. And we've got ourselves an animal trainer. And that's it. Okay, so we've got up to 13 population now. Which gives me more people that can sort of do work and so on and so forth. So they'll walk down the side of the mountain. Is that the mum? If we have a bit of a look and see, this is Bim with 3 children. Relations. There we go. The only daughter, the dwarven baby, and then this is her husband over here as well. So this little collection has not been named. This is Moman. So this one here is, what's the relations here? Do you know anyone in the fortress? Nephew, Stodir, who just arrived as well. So this is like a family group. that is sort of a family group and an extended family of woodcutters, miners, and spinners. So we've got them there. Okay, that's fine. The blocks. Now the blocks, I'm going to place them down below. Where is it? F2, yeah, down in F2. I'm going to make this my block stockpile, just so we've got blocks. Look, it's not that far off from the top of the fortress. Like it's still 20 down, but it's actually, do I want them there or do I want them at the top? You know, I'm probably going to need the blocks ultimately at the top of the fortress. Let's just go back up to the top of the fortress and put them up there. We'll make a block stockpile out here. Yeah, because I don't really need them inside just yet. So we'll just go across. Now we've got a massive roof as well, which we can possibly get on top of the roof and start to disassemble the blocks that were made the original fortress, and then just end up with one massive big open area for fighting, which I think would be good if we actually end up doing that. It's going to take a bit of time to sort of build things up, but let's just go and put some blocks out here to start with until we sort of get things sorted. I'll just move it over here somewhere. Accept, and this will be for bars and blocks, custom. And in this case, I don't want any metal bars or anything that's unusual, like the blocks. No blocks there either. So it's just going to be and no blocks of that either. So it's just going to be the blocks of stone and clay will just be placed out through here. So this will become like where we can then use it for building. So we'll end up sort of ultimately just having this as like a quick building stockpile. I don't think we'll need it down deep in the fortress, so we'll just leave that one where that is. And we'll just get everyone sort of just working away. So we can get rid of that little message. There we go. We've got William Chapman has redeemed one. So the only one that we can actually do this is to now go and until we get like a lot of dwarves, we won't just have people pick who they want. We will just be going into the first of the unnamed is Bim the miner. Okay, so Bim the mum of the baby is going to be William Chapman. So just go back across. This one does have hair, finally. So this is William Chapman. There we are. Done. So they're all coming in. Now they're meeting in here. This is the hospital layer. We do have a meeting area, but for whatever reason, this is actually where they've decided to present themselves. I think that's all okay. We can start to even plan a little bit. Actually, what I'll do is I'll just go and make with the actual different work orders that we have, the labor menu. Now, Private Joe is proficient. These two are only adequate. I'll lock in a second one, and then we'll just try to do big building projects with just those at this stage. Now, Tailsly Fox is, if we go to the woodcutters, yeah, Tailsly Fox is the only woodcutter we currently have, which is fine. That'll do. All right, unpause. What I might do is actually start to smooth out some of these little areas as well that we sort of see. Just give them something to do. Got petitions. Deny. We don't want anything else coming in. It was actually one of the petitions from the last fortress that ended up killing Dragster over here. We finally got to to what was going on with Dragster's death. It was haunted to death in the middle of the siege. Now we're going to be wanting to. Don't know if we need to smooth all this out, but it's sort of This isn't bad. We've got hematite through here. This is good. This is good. So we've got, so they're going to haul the various rocks and things back around. We've got bituminous coal. We won't need that, ultimately. Yep, so they've embarked on their journey. Right, so these little catacombs. I'm probably just going to have to add these things in. We're going to have a heap of these in here. Like a heap of them. So we've got 2 layers of catacombs. Is what these will ultimately end up being. And I don't think, we can't really go to a 3rd layer. But we can make this layer into quite a big catacomb layer. So we might sort of extend these around all over the place. I might start putting the coffins in now. So I won't make this into a nice looking place. It'll just literally be just for shuffling the dead away. In fact, what I could do here is actually make a big area for just like I might just cut all of this out. And we'll do the same in here. And we'll just make these into like big burial chambers initially. We might put Cause Lord, who is here, into a specific one. So maybe we leave the first few here. Actually, I'll just go and I'll just reserve a few for the first fortress. But then, yeah, let's just do that. And then we'll end up with sort of like collective areas. So we'll put Cause Lord in here. So we'll just go back across furniture, burial, and throw a burial area into here. This will be a silite coffin. And, yep, that'll do. And I'll just make that a top priority, just so we can process it. Now this coffin must be designated as a tomb, so we're just going to go across and make a. We can't make a big communal tomb, so we need to. If we go into here, if we go to multi, we need to have the like doors in here, even if they're just mocked up at this early stage. But I'm just going to go across and just going to go and paint just a single location accept, and so just a tiny little tomb, and we're just going to go and add in, select this option, any unassigned. Okay, so let's just assign. In this case we are going to be putting in these are everyone that's alive. All right, we don't want that. Okay, so it looks like we've got no control over who gets to put these in. In that case, I'm just going to go and start to put in the various, as we build the coffins, we'll just start to build them. And so if I've got no control, I will actually dig these out. So we'll start to just dig this out for mass burial at this point in time. So furniture and burial, and I will just go back into the planner. See that we don't have enough coffins. Let's just get a few of these sort of set up. So we'll start to bury the people who were killed. And they should bring the bones in automatically, I think. Oh, once we've got to set them up as tombs though first. So just make these into individual tombs. Yeah, here we go. So resting place of Dacos. This is the resting place of Cyril. So these are actually people from the previous fortress. their bones will be ultimately brought down into here. So got to remember to make these into the actual tombs themselves. So we've got a lot. There's about 60 dwarves that need to be buried. Now I've got diplomacy. What's that? Petitions. Deny. Future of such petitions prompt is where we are. So this can be changed in labour, standing orders, petitions. I think at the moment I'm just going to deny them, but we might sort of look at them again in the future. So I'll just go back into tombs in here. Get all these people buried away. I did a double click there somewhere. Okay, we've got a cloud of vile soot that's drifted nearby. That's not going to worry us because we are nicely inside. Yeah, we've got different people visiting. Excuse me, and with now diplomacy. Not sure why the diplomacy keeps on kicking up. This kaolinite is a bit useless. This is just this is stuff we don't really need. Okay, so these catacombs are working out quite nicely. The bituminous coal is useful, but just not yet. If we run into trouble down below, we can then sort of deal with that. What is the diplomacy that's going on here? If we just go to other. Not sure what the diplomacy is that we need to act on. News and rumours. There's nothing else new there. Civilizations. Oh, here we go. This then tells us what they want, what we want. So we'll be asking for gypsum there. Artifacts. Yeah, there's a heap of different artifacts around the world, which we won't worry about. No reports. I'm not sure why diplomacy keeps on coming up. If it comes up again, I might just restart the game. Petitions, deny. I might crack open. Oh no, I'll let them just do their thing at this stage. I'll just smooth out this stuff. Give them a nice working area. See the well is in use at this point in time. Yeah, we never did anything with this top layer for the well. Oh no, it's not in use. Oh, there's a lizard down the bottom there. But that's all okay. Now there's nothing too dangerous here. I will just lock this though. There's nothing down the bottom here. We had set this up so we could ultimately do things if we had to, but I don't need to get to there. Unfortunately, the one access for locking that floodgate is at the top of the fortress. I guess it doesn't matter that much, but we do actually have that was done as a lever at the very, very top of the fortress. So that's all working. Nothing else to worry us there. Sick cannot reach the site. Oh, okay, that's all right. Yep, that's just the coffin that was underneath there. Resume construction. So we do actually have some of the mangled skeletons are now being placed in these locations. Here we go. Cause Lord, the ghostly mechanic has risen and is haunting the fortress already. He's doing that one. So what happens when they do come in is that Cause Lord is now causing issues, or may cause issues. Won't be a murderous ghost just yet, but if we go to the others, so this is we can then sort of see what Cause Lord is getting up to. So Cause Lord is, you can see it hasn't turned into an actual ghost just yet. Like, it still looks like a person. You can see a greenish sort of tinge in through here, but the actual the model here is actually is of like essentially a Cause Lord when she was alive. So Cause Lord has is now haunting the fortress. What happens is, because we're running DF hack and we've got auto slab on, which I'll just go through how this one works. We go into the launcher, sorry, not the launcher. Go into the control panel, which will then sort of tell us what's, like, this is how we set up the games. So the one thing that anything that's over through here is now in operation. And we have auto slab. I can then click on this one through here. Automatically engrave slabs for ghostly citizens. As long as we've got empty slabs available, that will then go and become a work order where there should be, at the very bottom I think, yep, Cause Lord. Need to engrave a memorial for Cause Lord, so we can put the ghost to rest. And with that particular one, if we then go down into up to our workshop layer, there should be a order to make this particular one. And so it looks like Sev is back in here, making that particular, this particular one through here. You can see what this indicates is that it's a automatic task, so that's it there, and it's been fulfilled at the moment, and the only person that's actually there doing this is Sev. So Sev is automatically carving it. If we go and click on the actual location itself, we'll see that there's actually a rock salt slab here which is in use. So that's sort of what's telling us is going on. Just wait for him to finish. If we now have a look at it, we now have a rock salt slab, and we have a look at this one. It should have, if we go and view, that's not going to tell us enough information. But that, yeah, actually no, it still hasn't been done. Why not? Yeah, somebody else is coming in to do it. Okay, this is Ek. Has that been done yet? Yeah, there we go. This memorial is now being carved, and if we go and place this one, so we'll go and place this one now in the in our, like, we're keeping them away just so that they can't be disturbed and come back as murderous ghosts. So we're just going to go and place this one in here. So as the ghosts appear, we will put them to rest back into this other side. So if we go to furniture, slabs, turn off the planner, click on that one, and there's the memorial to Cause Lord. We'll just do it now so we can watch what actually happens. We've been sort of reading these as we go through. This one here is Dishmab. We can then find out like a bit more about Dishmab's history if we needed to. Let's just have a bit of a look at it. So this is a finely crafted granite memorial to Dishmab. The slab reads, in memory of Dishmab, year born in 179, struck down by the goblin Snowdub, the rhyming amethyst of gems with a silver spear in Mogutsu, the crazed onslaught, in the year 302. Devoted father and husband, admirer of mink men. That's unusual. And we'll find out, this one should say that Cause Lord was killed by a giant bat. That's Cause Lord's ghost wandering around through there, by the way. There we are. So we now have Cause Lord has been put to rest. So we now actually have this nice little area through here. memorial, and if we have a look and see what it says. So in this case, in memory of Cause Lord, born in 265, bled to death, slain by the giant bat Organ Whims in the year 302, was the expedition leader of the Torch of Tomes, at one with fine pewter. So they have something that they always really enjoy. Thanks for the subscription there, orangutans, much appreciated. So there we go. So these are the ghosts so far that we've been putting to rest. Got petitions, just going to deny. We do have, actually we're going to be getting a fair few of those. Now that was the Labour menu, wasn't it? No, I'm not sure where it is. I'll wait for the next petition. I forget where it said to change that. Yep, so Course Lord had risen. Now sick is still trying to reach a site. It looks like it's done anyway. So this is these tombs will eventually be filled up. So they'll just keep on sort of working their way through. And so these will be just sort of like multiple, they'll just end up with heaps and heaps of tombs sort of in this particular region. Unfortunately, we're getting kaolinite. Whenever I see the kaolinite being mined, I'm thinking, oh, it's a wasted opportunity. We do have some rock salt, but there's not, like, we need to get more rock. Kaolinite back in here, this is all useless stuff for us. It's just clay. And so we can't really do much with that. I think what we might do is go downstairs now and actually fix a few things. Actually, there's another thing that we've got, top of the fortress. We go to F1. There is here a, this is a pewter ring. And it's keeping the door open. It's wedged in the mechanism of the door, in the hinge, and it's wedged open at this point in time. So we actually can't close the door, which is a problem. This iron spear, I'll grab that one. Yeah, there's lots of stuff in through here that we need to get rid of. The rings will be placed ultimately. That will be collected and then put into the location here. Actually, do we have a stockpile there? No, we don't. It's a bit remiss. Except this is going to be finished goods. And I'll be very specific about what I want in here. So we'll just go back to custom. And so with these finished goods, we're going to be going with, yeah, pretty much anything. So that's all okay. But only stuff that we can sell. So not armor, not backpacks, not chains, codices, crowns, yes, crutches, flasks, no, footwear, goblets, no. We want goblets but we want to be able to have just goblets for ourselves. Handwear, headwear, large gems, legwear. So just all I want is stuff for trading here. Musical instruments, no. Quivers, no. Rings, yes. Scepters, yes. Splints, no. Tools, totems, yes, and toys, yes. So they'll be these are sort of like the more useless things, but this is what we will end up trading. So that will be where we go with that one, and we will need another location. In fact, if I go down to the bottom of the fortress again, where we had that catch-all, I really should try to emulate the opposite. Where was it? It must be further up. Yeah, this one here. You can see there's all sorts of little things coming in here. Oh, we've got the cow. Okay, we want to get the cow downstairs. Whoops, what are we up to? Early winter. So we'll get that. We'll get the yeah. We'll just sort of get things happening with this one as well. But we'll try to sort of get things set up so that we can actually get into the metal industry very, very quickly. And we'll just grab a drink of water while this saves. Right. Just We'll just come back into here and just go to custom again. Finished goods. And in this case, we want to have we want to not be storing the things that we're going to be putting down below. So this will be bracelets, crowns, earrings, figurines. I think I would have left that there. Legwear, rings, scepters, totems and toys. Okay, that's done. The cow we'll place to the bottom of the fortress. That's F2. And so we've got an area over here for the animals in amongst more carnage. So we'll just go and add in the cow. All right, that's good. Okay, so that will then be placed down that way. Everything else looks good here actually. So we're this is actually fairly good. Just let them continue to get the kitchens ready. Got a cave swallow flying around. Winter is upon us. Oh, hang on, I think that's old. I'll just get rid of that information. We don't need to really smooth this area out. Eventually, it's nice to actually have everything smooth. It just makes the dwarves happier. Then we'll just get our food set up. So these miners will ultimately end up, you know, they'll be able to sort of just help out with everything, and they'll be good with everything. Oh, he's thirsty. We've got no wood on the upper surface of the fortress. We've been able to solve a lot of the logistical issues that we actually had with the first run. So as we sort of have been coming in and doing different things, it has been helpful with what we've actually had. This is almost completely done. I might smooth this area out as well. I mean, the dwarves do like to have different bits and pieces. Just go and check on our tombs. Yeah, they've all been basically set, and some of these have been established. So as we build these, this is good coming in here. We are finding rock, the rock salt, which is again good for us. Wait, keep on building that at this point in time. It's just the kaolinite is useless to us. Now, that milk, yeah, alpaca milk. Okay. No one's making use of this area. It's a dining hall, but it's not really our main meeting area. Just get them smoothing all this out before we start to build the workshops. Alright, as long as we keep on giving these guys stuff to do, it's just the kaolinite is just useless to us. That's the only real issue that we have, but we might focus a little bit on the metal, or at least the lava forges fairly soon. We'll just get this bit of it done, and then head on down. The rock crafts have been crafted yet again, which I thought we'd sort of made that a bit more difficult, but it looks like we've got more that have come back in. I might make it even more difficult for the rock crafts initially. Okay, so I'll just wait for this stuff to be smoothed out, and then we'll start to put in the various stills and so on and so forth, and set this one up properly. So this is going to be our kitchen layer. We're going to have now the farmer's workshop. Yeah, we've got to, okay, that's all good. The rock crafts, I'm just going to go back in and change those again in the work orders. You can see it just keeps on sort of winding over. It's greater than 100. That should turn it off. In fact, I might just hang on, that's 18. Actually, I'll leave it where it is. I'll let them just finish off those last few. They're just wasting rock, and we do need rock for other things. And well, let's go down. I think actually no, we'll just get this one sorted, and then we'll head on down and start the process of getting the bottom ready. The bottom of the fortress. I might as well start to build the stills and so on and so forth in here as well. Actually, that's now all of the mining has been done, and we want to just keep on finding things to mine. Now, what have we got in through here? More kaolinite. This is really useless to us. So what I think I'll do is actually just go down below this level here, where we've got chalk, back and around this other side. That's an important layer there. Then we end up with sort of like an area where there's smooth chalk walls in through here, bituminous coal. This is part of the old fortress from way back. From 200 years ago. Then we sort of end up coming back down into this cavern layer. We've got mica in through here. And I don't really want to start to dig this area. This is microline. I do have deeper areas down in here as well. Phyllite. But this is... yeah, we don't really need to be doing much in there as such. This one comes in. Maybe we sort of dig down in this area a little bit and make better use of the areas below this. Now that goes up into this location. We need to definitely need to go and start to make some like this was going to be a big area. So let's go and make this into the area that we start to work with. So we'll just go back across, do the stairs. So the stairs go up, ultimately should go up 2 layers by the looks of things. So we need to have that stair continue on down to there. So that will then be dug out. So we've got up, down stairs. Now, do we want to go even further up? I certainly could. I could make it 3 layers. I think I will, you know. I think I'm just going to start there and just go down. As long as I go past that location, we end up with a down stair, an up down stair, and then an up stair at the bottom there. So same in through here. Just going to start here, 1, 2, 3, the top. 1, 2, 3. We may have to end up with some sort of like a minecart system here as well. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be sort of mainly for storage and so on and so forth in this location. So once we get up, as you can see there, we've got magma is sort of all over the place down in here. So we have to be a bit careful when we do crack this thing open. All right, so with that done, we'll then just go and start to build the big storage areas. And this will then give us This will then feed rock in for us as well. So we'll have like a big area in through here, just getting stuff ready, and similarly on the other side here. How far was this one here? 13, I'll make it 14. And then this one here, we'll make this one 14 as well. So this is going to be just like two massive areas for storage. And this, at the moment, this will then give us something to mine. It'll just keep the miners occupied. Now down below, we do actually have this. I'm going to cheat and move this up. Won't worry about the Silvite crown. What's that worth? 30. But I do want this bismonite. I want this one raised. So I'm just going to go and do the auto dump, the GUI auto dump, and then we'll set this one up. And yeah, so I think I'll lock. I can't lock this off just yet, actually. Yes, I can, because we've made this little downward slope and an upward slope there. So what I can do is finish this one off. So constructions, walls, and we've got different bits and pieces down through here. We've got a piece of like rock salt or something that'll do. So this will then block off. That will then allow us to. Now we did find the lava was down under here, so we've locked all that off at this stage. So we'll wait for these things to come in. I'm just going to go and cheat with this stuff. Just going to now we've got certain things that have been set for dumping as well. We don't have a dump. The stuff for dumping, or what I'll do is I'll just go and throw it away. Just go back up the top here. I'll just go and chuck the stuff that was done for dumping up already, because we've got a whole lot of stuff where there's things that were just designated to be thrown away. So we'll just go and throw that over here somewhere, and that will be if you just go into the DF hack, GUI auto dump, and just double click there, and it's just shoes and stuff. So we can sell these actually in hindsight, but they've actually just been popped, not pooped. They've been popped over there. We'll just go back down the bottom of the fortress again, and I just now want to go and grab this stuff and just move it up somewhere. So we'll go and designate that for dumping, just so I don't want to lose this stuff. And then we'll just come back up here. I'll just leave them on the floor here somewhere. So again, just go into the DF hack, GUI auto dump, double click. There we go. Actually, there's a few things. Oh, that's only a sock there. It should have done those. GUI auto dump. I want to do it. I don't know. Don't know why why these haven't been moved. All right. Well, if this sort of gets locked off, I think we'll actually just open this up. This is ultimately going to be where the lava will flow. We were building this at the time when the fortress sort of had troubles, like with the siege last time. Now it's labour, standing orders, petitions. Labour menu, standing orders, petitions. There we go. Monster Slayer. So with this one here, look, I'll keep it on prompt. It's not overwhelming. Make that a top priority. So Sev's going to come back down here. Now we haven't really been down in here to have a look at things. Yeah, giant bats and troglodytes ended up fighting down through here. This is now locked off. I am going to attempt this to crack through here now. And then this will then flood this whole area. So there's nothing of great value actually with that dumping. I'll just go and clear that. Don't know why that's not working. Don't know why that's not working. Anyway, let's leave that open for now. I'll see if I can grab it again. It should float around in the lava. But let's go and crack open the lava. And so we've got ourselves a 4 deep location here. That's a bit too deep, to be honest. But we'll just see if this one can be done. And I'll just go back up the top. What I might do is just lock some of this off. If we just go back into the designation and just change it. So we'll come back to this once we've actually done the bottom bit. Just get the bottom bit done first. Nobody's coming down to do it just yet. No job. Maybe too deep for them, actually. That's probably the problem. All right, we'll have to figure that one out. So what we'll need to do here is to we've got the up there. We can make another channel here, and that way we'll end up with two across this way. Let's just do that. Now once that's done, now this is going to be at level 2, which is comfortable for them, and that's enough to stop with the lava. So this is the mum. This is William Chapman. This becomes a very, very dangerous job, and so this will then get the lava to flow in. So we've potentially got a big issue now. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to go and do it bit by bit until this cracks open, and then William Chapman has to make it across. We'll see what actually happens here, because so I'm just pressing the full stop key, bit by bit. It does take a little while to get through. Is this obsidian? Yes. So it's fairly hard. Good luck, says orangutans. So you are the designated lava digger. Actually, I'll just unpause it. No, I'm so far in now. Keep it going, keep it going. But at least you can walk your way through that the water. So we do have you a little bit protected, but you just have to get back up that slope. Okay, in you come. Come on. Actually, I'll just do it and then quickly pause it. So here we go. Unpause. Okay. Paused. You've discovered an unusual volcanic wall studded with gems. Okay. Now, where's William Chapman? Where's William Chapman? Where the hell are you? Damn. Damn. Okay. Dead or missing. These are all the old people. Not seeing William Chapman there. Don't tell me that smashed him straight away. I think he's that gas over the water pit. Maybe he is. Well, there's others. Not there. They normally can get through this relatively easily. You know what I should have done? Is done the diagonal more so than the than just straight out. Okay, so enjoy the lava. Yeah, farewell, comrades. So where are you though? Because you can see there, when we just go back out, if we just go and click on all of these, this is now obsidian. This has actually flown straight in. So magma has come straight in. I think that you're in the obsidian. I think that you've actually been changed to, yeah, this is steam, and magma has actually splashed all the way in. That's come in really fast. Yeah, sorry, William. I think that you are dead. I'll wait till we get the message that you're missing. It's diagonal there, but I actually cut through here. All right, so just got an unusual volcanic wall. Started with gems back over here. So it's a little way away. There's fire snakes and things in here, so we have to be careful. So it's got this area in here, all the way down in the south. This will be where we can get adamantine. Yes, it only goes down that level. All right. Well, let's. Well, that's the. So William's gone, but we'll wait for the stuff to come in. Now this is now coming into this level. Now I'm going to put a floor across the top here and just lock in the bottom bit. That way the lava will then flow through the into this other area. So yeah, we're down to 12. I'll wait for the order to come through that you've been missing, and then we'll do the banning at that point. The constructions, we've got the floor, and we're just going to place a, everything is a long way away. Let's just go and grab a shale block there for that. And we'll make that a top priority as well. It's now all flowing through. There we go. So we now actually have a relatively secure top area that we can then go and make the different things. So I'll just go back into this other area. Whoa, now this is not, God, we are lucky we didn't break into this. So how did we see that? Okay, we're going to have to, it's because the lava, we've now seen where the lava goes up to this area. It's only one eagle that we've seen. This is the top of a lava pool, which is just below where we are. Now, I would have seen this before, but I've completely forgotten that was there. So we can't do what we were doing here. Luckily, we've seen this because I don't really want to be cracking open into these locations. We'll just get rid of all of that. Get rid of that there. Move that one in. We almost broke this open. Actually, if we had broken it open, we would have seen, we would have seen the extent of the lava. Okay, that gives me a solid wall all the way around there, which is fine. That works. That's all okay. Just don't want this stuff. Okay, so that gives me a solid wall there. In terms of the of this area coming back up, I can't do this one. So I'm just going to go and change this one to that being the bottom, like the end of the stairs. These others can be where they are, but not this one. What's above that? Yeah, then we've got sort of even higher levels. That's our third cavern layer. Now we must have discovered it before, because otherwise we'd get a message saying that it's there. Let's just go back down into here again and go back down this way. We're now starting to see the where the lava is flowing. So down below we're sort of getting hot like this heat now rising as the lava fills up this little area. Okay, well that's and then we can then start to sort of get the like the metal industry established as well fairly soon, and things, for example, like the making use of that kaolinite, all that sort of stuff can then be done. So let's just keep on going back up. In this case, we're just going to go back into and change these can now all be made back whole again. This will be sort of storage for what we're doing. Yeah, so I can't do that one there. I'm just going to go and remove that. There shouldn't be anything up there anyway. There we go. So we don't want an up-down stair there. And then these are safe-ish. But we can keep on going like up into this zone if we needed to just keep on sort of working our way through. Yep, that's fine where that is. All right, that's still fairly safe and secure. All right, back we go. Yep, so I'll just keep on mining this little area out, and here's the poor baby playing make-believe, 2 years old now, and lost his mum. Relations. William Chapman, the miner, is no more. The clothing is gone. Locked in an obsidian wall. I think we'll ban you now, William. We'll see you later. That was a very short-lived life that you actually had there. So William's saying, so from my redemption of the character I survived? No, not at all. We can see that you actually became... you know what I should have done? I should have actually had the way out a lot deeper back so you could run while you were burning, because that's the trouble. So Vinyl Rabbit's redeemed one as well. Okay, so we've got another one, and we'll just pause. So we now have another ghost has now risen. So we'll have a look and see who that is. And William Chapman has been missing for a week. Well, we know exactly where William is. This is William down in here, in this block of obsidian. So what the problem was that I made this way too close. I should have had it so that William had to run, even if William was burning, to a point like back here somewhere where he could then go upstairs at this stage and sort of work that way. But this is sort of slowly now filling up with lava, so this will end up essentially being a full of lava. You can see down through here we've now got this is magma in that location, but we do actually have some bistumite cavern floor. There's magma in there, but this is actually now, the metal that was there is now essentially being dissolved away. So there's nothing else. In fact, if I go there, yeah, there's nothing much there. It is just magma. So the actual metal has now turned into magma as well. It's quite dangerous dealing with this stuff. Dug too deep and too greedily, yes. So orangutan saying, good, the thing the child was too old to be in William Chapman's hands while digging. Yeah, well, that's true, actually. That is true. Like, is it 1 year old that they, like this is, where's the dad? That's Private Joe. I don't know, who's the dad? It's probably going to ultimately end up being Vinyl Rabbit. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, this is most likely ultimately going to be Vinyl Rabbit, but let's see who is the next in the list. So we've got the names. Nope, it's Moment the miner. So we've still got one more down the bottom there. The dad is still available, so we'll just go this way. So we've got the first immigrant wave. Yes, we did. So which is good. So we've had 2 deaths now already. So this one here is going to be, this is Vinyl Rabbit. Done. All right. And so they're now fixing this little area up. I'll just wait for that to finish as well, and then we'll go through. But we now have a new ghostly mace dwarf. Now where are you? It's down in here. So we don't know if this was a mace dwarf, Litast. We'll find out more about it when we get everything done. Workshop layers are where? Okay, there's no task there. Let's have a quick look at the slabs. Has it already been built while we were doing all that other stuff? Litast, yeah. So we've already got one that's been made for this one. So we'll just go across. This one will be just, actually it's just literally been made in this location. The memorial. No one's picking it up. There'd be a little symbol next to it if it was in action. So we'll just go back down to the, which one is it? F4, F5, F6. Yeah, F6 is is where we're going to be placing these across here. So I'll build the outer area. So we'll just go and build this one. So furniture, slabs, and put the memorial there. And I will just speed this one along, make that a top priority, and we'll just watch what actually happens here. Here it comes. All right. So that's, the ghost has now been put to rest. Paul William Chapman. If we have a read of this one as well, we'll read these as they get placed so we can find out what actually happened in through here. So this is, born in 170, struck down by the Goblin M Cunning Devils with a copper morning star in Mogutsu, the Crazed Onslaught in the year 302. Devoted mother, lover of bolts. So he enjoyed bolts. Arrow, like the arrow bolts. Now this area is now ready for us. So let's just go and fix this on up. We've got workshops. We've got 3 farming workshops that we need to establish. Like sort of that do food and stuff. So if we have a look, we've got the still. So I'll go and throw that one in here. So we'll just go and pop that one there, and it doesn't really matter what we use with this one, so that one will be fine. Then we've got the kitchen, so workshops, farming, and then the kitchen down through here. And then one that's probably a little bit more unusual is we need to then create the farmer's workshop for shearing the sheep and so on and so forth. In fact, that I might switch that around. Let's just cancel that one. I'll put the still back over here. So workshops, farming, and the still. So this gets us our drink, this gets us our food, and then the farming workshop, which I'll place here, will shear the animals, but also milk the animals. So if we were in an animating biome, I'd have to sort of lock this one away somewhere. But we're actually okay here. So this will be the farmer workshop in through here. If we had fish, we could do the fishery, etc., etc. But we've got the butcher and tanner are elsewhere. So we'll go and throw that one into there, again with more shale blocks. And with that there, we'll now sort of establish, this is where we're going to start to sort of then have different different things in through here as well. So we end up with probably raw materials down below. This will be like a pantry. So we'll just go into the building like a different area. I don't know if I need to split this one up. Let's just start with one and see what we end up getting. So we'll just go into there. We'll go to the food stockpile, go to custom. Because what we don't want is seeds. And so I'm going to not have prepared meals. Will be turned off down the bottom here. Meat, fish, unprepared fish. Yeah, I'll leave all that stuff there. Eggs, plants, drinks. I won't put drinks down there. Look, all the wines. We'll keep that one up above. Drink animal. None there as well. Cheese. Yeah, these are all ingredients. Seeds, no. We want them down like near the planting area. Milk plant. Fat. Yeah, we've got fats. We've got paste. That's okay. I'll leave that one there as well. We've got things like pressed material. We're not going to have any of this stuff, to be honest, but we'll just keep it there. Extract from animal, which is going to be like, well, we've got milk and stuff, so yeah, we'll leave all that there. But you do also get like venom, is legitimate. We've got lime, milk of lime, and I don't want any of those. So this miscellaneous liquid is, even though it's in the food area, is actually used for other things. So it's not actually food. So this will be our raw materials for food, and so I'll just leave that one through there. I will come back up the top here and then set up another stockpile. So we'll just go this way. Now this will be drink will be a big one. So accept. This is going to be not big enough, to be honest. But we'll just go in and go food and custom. In this case, all we're going to do is we're just going to go none, and we're just going to go to drinks and just go all. So any beer and all of that as well. So this will just be for drinks, and then over here we'll create another stockpile as well, just for prepared meals. Oops, hang on, that's wrong. That one there. Accept. Food, custom, none, but allow for prepared meals. And so I go to all there, that's all the meat. So yeah, we go none there. Prepared meals is its own entity, basically. So this will be when we create an actual meal, it will end up in this particular little stockpile, which is doesn't even need to be that big. But because there will be bins and stuff in there. Okay, that's sort of got our food under control. That's good. We're cleaning things up around the place. Still not seeing bones put away just yet. We'll get there. Oh, now we've got Olin. Is there another ghost? I don't think it was. If we're making memorials, we should place them. So let's just go and do that now. Oops, where are we? Furniture, slabs. To Olin. No idea who that is. And William probably won't get one because William will always be missing. Adrian Soda is saying your fortress is a bloody mess. And Dom UK is then saying, no, the blood tried a long time ago. It's a bony mess, yeah. Or dried, yeah. Take it back, that's a lot of blood. Yeah, there is actually a lot of blood in this fortress. Now, the ghostly animal dissector. So there was a ghost around here somewhere. Another ghost. Again, we're going to find a lot of these. This is the memorial. Let's have a look and see what happened in here. So this was, born in 165, struck down by the goblin Strondo during the crazed onslaught in the year 302. Mayor of the Chamber of Jails in 302, so devoted father and husband. So he would have been like one of the last survivors, I guess. Anyway, that's fine. We're going to end up with this thing full of the previous people that were in the fortress. Let's go down the bottom again and just sort of see what's happening. F7. This lava is slowly filling up, which is good. That bit of magma there was the crown that was made. All the stuff that was there is now gone. All the vomit's gone. seared away. Now, we're going to need to probably, I might sort of set up things, for example, like the unusual workshops along here. So let's just go and get that one done now. So we've got ourselves the under workshops. We've got things like magma forges, so forge weapons, armor here, etc., etc. So we'll get that done, but we'll work that through in a little while. In fact, what's going on up the top here? They're still trying to work on that area. We've got magma forges. We've got the if we go and click on those, so this is like something we don't really need just yet. So we'll just go back into the workshops again. We've got metalsmiths, furnaces. So with the different furnaces, we've got like a glass furnace, a kiln, a magma glass furnace, which is something we do want, a magma kiln, and a magma smelter. Now we're going to need a lot of magma smelters, but down the bottom here I'm going to make a magma kiln, and so we'll go and do that one. Now when we look at it, one thing I like to look at is just where is the actual hole in the ground, and you can see it's sort of up in the middle, top middle is where the actual furnace will then need to go down into the bottom there. I need to make a hole for that, so I'm going to place these maybe even way back over in the bottom here, just because I don't know how much of this I'm going to be using. So if we have a bit of a look underneath, you can see there when I hover it over, it's literally just in that, it's one across and in the top will be fine for that one. So if I just go out to here, I just need to knock a hole in here, dig a channel. So we'll just dig a channel there. I'll just do them as required. Now this will make it so that lava snakes and things can get up there. Now what have we got through here? Stray pulse has been slaughtered. Okay, so we are starting to now slaughter the different things. What I wouldn't mind is not having the pulse killed. Would prefer them to be grown up, so we can actually get leather from them. Oh, we've got 9 creatures. Yeah, okay, they're flying in. They can be a problem. So these are all outside. They haven't come down yet into our fortress, but that may just be a matter of time. This thing is still stuck, keeping the door stuck open. It's a dwarven child. Yep, look at this. Here we go. They're just going to be a pain in the bum, these giant Kias. Yeah, nothing much else has happened there just yet, but they're going to be looking to steal things and just being a general pest. Nothing much we can do about that just yet, though. Oh, look, I'm just going to ignore them until they become, more dangerous than what we can really deal with. Yeah, we've got heaps of pulse. What I want with this is for them to grow up. Let's see if we can actually change the auto butcher. So if we just go back across into the control panel, and we have auto butcher in through here. I've got the settings for auto butcher here, but if I just read the help file, this plugin monitors how many pets you have of each gender and age, and assigns excess livestock for slaughter. Now we may be able to change this. I'm not sure if we can. Yeah, so it actually units are protected from being automatically butchered if they are untamed, named or nicknamed, caged. So we can cage these guys, which is why the cage was in here, to allow them to grow up. Trained for war or hunting. Females who are pregnant or brooding a clutch of fertile eggs. So we end up going. Creatures that are less useful for animal breeding programs are marked for slaughter first. That is, creatures that will not reproduce because they're not interested in the opposite sex or have been gelded will be butchered before those that will. Creatures that are only partially trained will be butchered before those that are fully domesticated. Older adults will be butchered before younger adults. Younger juveniles will be butchered before juveniles that are closer to becoming adults. target. So the default targets are 2 male kids. Yeah, blah blah blah. All right. So usage. We've got these different things, but we can actually open up the auto butcher settings. So this is actually what we have. So this is just being filtered now. There will be turkeys in here, I would guess. Yeah, there we go. So we've got 36 turkeys. So and we only want to keep 4. It's saying. So I think I might change this number. Can I change that one? So if I go into column shows butcherable stock, if we go into F is the kids. Now that's female. Yeah. So if I go to F, so in this case I'm going to keep a fair number. We'll say about 10, and we'll do the same with the male kids as well. We'll keep a fair number of these. Yep, so I'll just go and click on M here as well, and I'll make this 10 as well. So what that's going to do is it's going to keep a number of kids around. The older they are, I'll leave them around. Eventually they'll then become adults, in which case they'll then be slaughtered. And so we've got 26 butcherings that have been ordered in through here, but this will then sort of be okay. We'll just let that one happen, and that way hopefully they will then grow up into adults, and then we'll be able to butcher them and get turkey leather. Turkeys are the only real bird that you can pick up some leather from. So we'll sort of do it that way. Actually, Orangutang's saying, will that room with slabs become the tavern? That would be fitting. Actually, that was going to be the tavern. I forgot about that. That's yeah. We'll have to maybe put the tavern somewhere else now. we've got other needs. We've got pressing needs for things in through here. Let's just unpause. Yep. So they're just slaughtering the different groups over through here. But we're not getting leather from these from the kids. We need them to be grown up a bit more. All right. Let's go down the bottom again. Still hasn't been designated, so we're still mining away in here. I've only got 2 miners left, I think. Yeah. Vinyl Rabbit. I'll lock Vinyl Rabbit into only doing mining as well. We've got a bit of work to do. Uh-oh. Hang on. So Giant Kia has stolen Tit Metal, which is actually an artifact. We have to stop this if we can. So if depending on what this is, we'll just go and click on OK and then pause straight away. So we'll just go to where that is. Now this was, it's flown off the map. What was Titametal? It could have been outside. I don't think we're going to find them inside. I think it may have been dropped during the siege. We better find all the other artifacts that we've got. We can find out about this particular artifact as well. We'll just leave that there for a second. We'll just do a bit of a deep dive into what that was and how that actually got there. You can see the other keys aren't there. There was one key that was inside. It looks like it may have sort of stolen something. There may have been something left outside here, an artifact that... so we'll just go and we'll locate all of the artifacts. So we'll just go back across into the... I can start with any of these locations. Don't know if this will show us objects. So this is Vinyl Rabbit's heirlooms. These are not all at the fortress. That one is at the fortress. Down the bottom here. This is where I thought the artifacts would be. So we've got the artifacts down this way. Now this door, I'm just going to lock this door. And we'll just keep that one so that we've got access to it. There is a giant bat down here as well that we're going to have to, take on at some point. So we'll just keep that one where that is. I don't think it would have come all the way down here to pick up that particular. So Tit Hal Mutal. Let's just go back out to here and artifacts search. Hang on, where is it? Artifacts search is Alt S. T, was it double T? No. Let's just go back out again. It was TITTH. Let's see if we can figure that one out. Like, I wouldn't mind knowing what was stolen. I'll just go back to here. Actually, we'll open up the legends and just see, because it should be in the legends. In the other one's not giving us the actual dwarven name. Fortress 2026 Legends Viewer, there we are. We'll load this one in. This one also may not actually have the dwarven name. Okay, we'll explore this. So this is our legends from just before we started to enter where we are. Art and crafts, artifacts. No, it doesn't like it as a name. What else can we find out about this? How else can we do this? TITTH. Now it'll be if we can find something that will give us the dwarven. There'll probably be a site for. I'm pretty sure there is one. I'll just Google it. Fortress language translator. Made an updated translator from 6 years ago. This one here is the Simple English to Dwarven translator based on the list. So just go that way. Converts English words into in-game. Use the Dwarf Fortress Human Translator. Okay, this one here. We'll try that one as well. Is it the same one? Yeah, it's the same one. Check the wiki overview. That might be useful as well. Dwarven language. Meanings. I think it's not going to be as detailed. Okay, let's try this one through here. So if we go into TH, it's English to Dwarven. Will it go back the other way? What's the? I'll just get the name so we can try to sort of figure out what it is. Teach Hal Metal. So Tit Hal Metal. Tit Thal Metal. Let's try that. See if this translator can do it. Tit Thal Metal. No, it doesn't like it going back the other way. Based on the list from. So it is getting the list from here. Dwarven language. Oh, here we go. We can go Dwarven there. Oh, that's still not it. Okay, let's go back. We'll get there. We'll get there. HI. There it is there. So this is play. So it's something play. So if we go back to this one here and just start to type in what we know it is, play. Hang on, it's now doing the wrong thing. Language. Well, Tithal here is play fun. All right, so maybe it's fun. Or do we do the whole thing? Nope, doesn't like that. Anyway, we'll construct it with what we have. And then we had metal. So if we just go back across, so it's fun something or other. MN metal. There we go, cross. So cross. Let's just go back to this one. Just see if it knows these as well. Cross. Play. No, it doesn't do it, does it? Weird. It's weird. Let's just random sentence. Let's try that again. Read. Yeah, it's only got certain words. All right, so it's play something or other. So if we go back into our Legends viewer and type in play, the playful crosses. This is it here. These are a pair of shoes. So oh, it's in a sock. Playful crosses, yeah, here we go. Stored at Lancesounded. Mr. Voxy was the creator, so this one has come back through. So it's gone to the bottom of the fortress to pick this thing up, and then flown off somehow. Maybe it was actually taken elsewhere. So this was in 301 in the early summer. The playful crosses were created in Lancesounded by the dwarf Mr. Voxy. Was claimed by the Chamber of Jails, which was us at that time. The playful crosses was stored in Lancesounded. Then a few days later, the playful crosses was claimed by the zombie human, Senan Taper Mirthful from afar. So he's basically heard of this wonderful sock that's been made and decided that he wants it for himself. Playful crosses was claimed by the Great Horned Owl Necromancer as well. So these are people who want it. So they will actually send thieves in to go and get it. Not the Kias, of course. In 301, playful crosses was claimed by the Goblin as well from afar, claimed by the humans. So these are different people who think that it should be theirs. So we're getting close to the playful crosses was claimed by the Goblin, Snowdub. Now this is Royal Execution of the Tired Evils. What's this one here? Commander. So these are high-level Sacred Seer. Yeah, so these are different people who want this particular artifact, which is why the Dwarven fortresses become, it's important that we protect these things. We must retrieve Mr. Voxy's sock. Well, it's being stolen by a Kia, and it's already left the map. So unfortunately, we're going to have to lock the fortress down. Basically, we're going to have to get things happening. Well, we've locked that door now. So playful crosses is where that one was. If we go and have a look at this on this one now, we can go back to artifacts and do a search here. So Alt S. and playful. Location unknown is now where it is. It's a pigtail sock. It's the object menaces with spikes of pigtail. Click to recover. Creates a new mission. Assign squads. Not that we can do it. No, that's okay. Just leave it where that is. So we can't go off and reclaim that one, but if we find out where it is, we will then go and do it. So it's that has unfortunately gone. It must have been down in here. I'm assuming. See, this is empty. The next one along does have an artifact. So I think the key has somehow got down here. By locking the door, it's going to stop that from happening. So we've got all these different... I might just unlock all of this stuff. Now, so we've got... like that's been assigned to it. This one hasn't been. So I think that that's as far as we got. But this first one was for that sock. So this is this is actually, if we can get it back, it needs to go back into this hoard. This is the treasure hoard from the rocks. All right, back we go. So somehow it flew down through here and made its way down to steal that and then leave. Okay. Well, we'll just keep things sort of going. Have these all been claimed? Yeah. I might just keep on building more and more of these coffins. I'm not sure why they're not putting the bones in. Like the bones are all over the place. I'll just leave it where it is for now. We'll just keep on sort of dealing with different stuff. Bottom of the fortress is where we were when that's all happened. And we do want the... we want all this to be sort of sorted. Space Pants has risen and is haunting the fortress. So this one will then also be done, where we end up with a with another. Where are you? Back in through here. So we got. Yep, there's a Shale Memorial. F4, F5, F6. Yep, F6. Okay, so we'll just throw this one back in here. We're going to get a lot of these. So we need to, ultimately, probably the whole of the previous fortress will end up coming back as ghosts. So we need to get rid of these before they get in, too aggressive. So it's furniture, slabs, granite, nope. And we'll just rush this one. So Sev is bringing this one in. Good. Okay, that one's now done. Let's just have a read of this one. So this is born in 169, bled to death, slain by the goblin, Snowdub, Scourgebud. Yep, so with a silver spear in Mogitsu in the year of 302. Chief Medical Dwarf for the Chamber of Jails. Wow. Okay, so this one around for a long time. As our Chief Medic, we can get rid of that message. The Ghostly Doctor. So lots and lots of ghosts in this one. Who's this one? This is Thob, the ghostly, another ghost that's come to life. If we have a quick look and see how many of these are there. Yep, it's only one. This one will then be allocated again as well, so there'll be an automatic slab for that. Should we go back up? Yeah, we've just got the basic slabs there. I'll just let things sort of develop until we have a need. becomes a memorial now. Yep, so Thob has risen. Oh, damn it. Albeothra. Where are they getting them from? Again, it's left with that. So what is that? Oh, they're getting way too much stuff here. We have to get this fortress has to be secured. We've got a bit of work to do here. Let's get the basic the outer walls up again from after the siege, just to stop this stuff from happening. So what was this one called? Alhoithra. Let's have a look at that one. So if we have a look at what are we dealing with here? It can't get through the walls, the doors. Alhoithra. Back up the top of the list. Pinnacle, wait, maybe. There's nothing else in there. Let's see if we can find other. It's a shame this isn't working. Yeah, it doesn't work. I think we'll just ditch that. What else would it be? There's yeah, we're not gonna sort of see. It's not gonna be easily done there. I'll have a quick look and see what else we've got back in the game. Junk here. Alhoithra. So it's most likely No, it would be Thra should be probably Thra is probably the back name. Alhoi will be the first name, I think. It's hard. It's a weird name, actually. It doesn't normally end off in vowels. So I don't think it'll be Alhoit and then Ra. That won't be. Or it could be Alhoith. No, Ra wouldn't be on its own. Look up Thra and Ra, just see what that's got. Thra. No, not there. What about Ra? No, it's just not there. Where else could we find this? Let's get the spelling right and just see if Alhoithra. Okay, let's try that again. Dwarf Fortress. Alhoithra. Okay, there's no recognised entity creature named Alhoithra. That's spelt correctly, I'm pretty sure. Vanilla Dwarf Fortress. There's likely a misspelling. So Ithra is gully. Okay. Try that one. No, that's not it. Let's go back again. So something gully. Just got to figure out what the first bit is then. So Ithra is gully, right? Okay, thank you for that. I want to find out what these things are that are being stolen. Ithra, Alho, in this the other is, but we didn't see Alho there as well either. It can be a verb. This is nouns we're looking at. So Ithra, where's Ithra? That should be in here. It's not there. Ithra, gully is a noun, so why is that not there? Am I missing it? It's not there. I'll just do a search. Egot. Oh, Ithra. What's this language? Human. Ah, so it's a human name. So it's a human, something from the humans. It must have been stolen from the humans. So if we look up what was it? God, I've forgotten the name of it now. Alho Ithra. Okay, this is a human artifact by the looks of things. Alho, there we go. Tribe. So it's tribal gully. Is okay. Cool. We're getting there. Actually, we can just do a search for these names. So we've then got Ithra down in here. So the human terminology. Gully. So tribal gully will be what this one actually is. If we go and have a quick look at the Legends viewer and just see what this actually is. So we're losing important things, art and craft, artifacts, tribe, gully, tribe gullies, a ring. So this was the current holder is, well, in this one it was Hathar Voltramelt. Now there's a lot of history of this. So in 153 received its name from the human in order to sanctify another human in preserving a part of the body. Okay, there we go. So this was tribe gullies were stored in by the human in sheltered moss. How did we get hold of it? Must have been stolen from by the rocks, I would guess. So if we have a bit of a look, yeah, still in sheltered moss. People want this. So this is 287. We're getting closer. Okay, it was stolen by Hathar Voltramelt. So we never actually claimed this. So this guy here must have visited us somehow, and somehow lost it to this Kia. So now this is interesting. Hathor confronted the human werebeast. Okay, this is full moon. I could hear the wolf calls from the game, which indicate that it's a full moon. This thing, so this okay, this is getting a bit tricky now. Let's have a look and see if is he in our fortress. No, but they can be using false names, particularly if they're a human spearman. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on here, because they're all hovering around in here, but could the key have stolen it from this one? Mr. Voxy's redeemed one. Okay, we've got one left at this stage, so we'll give you that one now. We'll get to the bottom of this this in through here. So this is the last of our actual people. If the kids end up doing big things, then I'll name them. So this is the dad of the child that's hauling diorite at this stage. So Mr. Voxy. All right, there we go. Oh, double Y's. There we are. Done. All right, so you're here, but so we're trying to figure out how this thing. How did this one get here? So there is a human that's come in and dropped it. So it wasn't ever part of our fortress. So we didn't actually ever have it claimed. If we have a bit of a look at this one again with a bit more detail. So the keys are coming in. We've now locked the bottom of the fortress down. So that particular artifact was, well, there weren't any humans that were killed in here. So somehow he's dropped it, a little bit like the Great Ring in Lord of the Rings, I guess, by Gollum, being dropped by Gollum. But so we never had this. This was never part of what we ended up having. I love how detailed all this stuff actually is. But this is... now, the trouble here is that he actually does have... he does confront... so he gets married. It's in 286. Fought in the splendid attack. Salt and Weather Canyons. Confronted the human werebeast. So this one did die in 291. Actually, looks like this one actually died here. Struck down by Hathor, yeah, in Praisefish. Well, that was lucky. Confronted a saltwater crocodile. This guy is fairly strong. Yeah, Tribe Gully. So he stole it in 301, so very, very recently. From Silk and Onions, which is a tavern. In Sheltered Moss by Hathor. And then eventually made his way across to us. So this is where the history finished, but the last we know of him is he was in hand-stabbed. But he's so obviously moved on and met up with us and come in. Now, he could be one of the visiting... Well, what do we know about him? We know that he is an adept tracker and a competent pikeman. The pikeman skills aren't that great. Let's just do a bit of deep diving into the three humans that are here. So we've got the human spearman. That makes sense. This will be him or her. Him. Her. Is that right? What was it? Yeah, her. Hathor. So this will be her. 47 years old. She's here under false pretenses, I think. Saying 35, she's obviously sort of doing other things. If we have a look at the skills, combat, competent spearman. I would guess that this is the same one. It's becoming friendly. Yeah, we won't know anything at all about this stuff. So it's so this will be just a big unknown. But very, very likely that she's actually dropped this this particular ring or whatever it was, and it's been stolen. But it's nothing to do with us. Okay, I feel that I was thinking. I hope that they can't get through the doors. But I don't think that's the case. All right, so. Let's just keep on going back up and seeing if we've got this thing done. Yeah, there we've got the memorial to Thob. Just go back down and place that one as well now. going to be doing this a lot. Furniture, slab, the thob, and we'll just do this one priority on. Sev is going to be putting this one together as well. Maybe worth checking dead or missing. What for? Maybe just a visitor who died with the goblins and the Kia. I don't think so, because we didn't actually have any visitors in that period. So the Ghost Mechanic Thob has been put to rest. Yeah, I'll just get rid of that one. At least we're getting a bit of a history of what's going on with everything. So born in 209, struck down by the Goblin Snowdub during the same attack. Loving husband at one with Ash Glaze. All right, that's fine. Yeah, so there won't be any. Actually, yeah, well, maybe we'll have a look and see if the name does appear. Just do it by name. Go back down into these. GH. No, not there. Not in our list of dead. Okay, so that's okay. We'll just let everything sort of continue on. Just go back down the bottom here again. Really wanting this to be the thing that we get to. I might just make this so that we're not doing this just yet. Just really want this one built. I might do the I'll do the kiln, and I'll also do the glass as well. I can change the priority of the digging, but I find that when I do that, everything then has a little number on it, which is annoying, and I'd forgotten how to actually fix that. Okay, we've got kittens now. We're getting good rocks. So this will be sort of like for big storage. We might look eventually if if this thing sort of survives, we'll sort of end up with being able to look after all this stuff. In terms of being able to put a minecart system up through the top, which would be fun. There's so much carnage in this fortress. Now the other thing too is that we're going to be wanting to get the smelting happening, so I think I'll actually put a smelter down as well, just under here. Might throw a couple in at this stage. Okay, we're getting close now. All right, so I'm going to put normal smelters in here. And so what we don't want to have is, like, there's a chance that fire snakes and things will sort of come from here, which can then cause damage, particularly if we've got people working. So we'll just go and place the location here. So just go back to the workshop. This will be the magma. We've got magma forges, but we want to be making bars first, like just literally just making bars of metal. So we'll go into the furnaces, and this will be a magma smelter, is what we just need. A standard make bars from ore here. So I'm just going to go and place that one directly over the top of that gap. We've got Gabbro close by, that'll do. Workshops, furnaces, magma smelter. Alright, so I'll go and grab that one, and then down through here I'll make this one into the kiln. So you can sort of see the magma flowing underneath. Workshops, furnaces, a magma glass furnace in through here. That's nothing, that's just a creepy crawler. Workshops, furnaces, and in this case a magma kiln. Okay, so with that done, we'll now just go back up the top and release all of this again. Just so we can just keep on mining away. And I'll set up things, for example, like kaolinite and sand and stuff down in this area, but we'll end up ultimately with them in other locations. Accept, and so this will just be under stone. And we'll go custom, and we'll just go none of that, none of that, none of that, and just clay in that location. And in this one here, we'll just put bags of sand. Accept. This will be under, now is it finished goods for bags of sand? I always forget where this one actually is. Let's go none for any of these. I think it's called sandbags. No, it's not there. What else is it? I don't think it's this. Oh, there's sandbags. Okay. Let's go none there. None. Sandbags. So we'll just allow sandbags to be dropped in this location. Which then ultimately means that we want to get rid of the sandbags at the top of the fortress. In around here somewhere. Is this the one? No, we didn't have any furniture there. So we've got gypsum and stuff like this in here as well. This is already completely full. But we're at least sort of seeing like the empty coffers and stuff, so things are sort of making more sense in through here. That would deny that one. Leave that one where that is, and just go back down the bottom again. F7. No one's making these. I'll make this a top priority just to get these things built. And then we can at least sort of start to work with stuff in through here. They're bringing the gabbro down now, I think, to build these. Now once this is built, they can't fall down the hole. The hole is still there at this stage. Great. That's done. And they're both done. Okay, so let's go and start to process what we can build in here. So this is the kiln. So we can make instruments, we can collect clay, we can make clay bricks. Produces blocks. Make jugs, statues, large clay pots. Let's just use all the kaolinite that we've got and just do that. Just make lots and lots of bricks. So the kaolinite is what we'll then use for that one. The glass furnace, we can just make different things out of glass. We do have to collect sand, but I don't know where we've got sand. Let's go and see if we can find it. Just go to F1. This is loam. I don't think I'll just turn this on just so I can see if there's a spot that we picked for collecting sand. And I don't think we do have one. In fact, I can go to the list of zones and just do it that way. So if I go back here up into places, garbage dumps, pits, ponds, bedrooms, tombs. All right, but no sand. Let's see if we can find some. This is kaolinite again. It's all just clay. It's all clay. Maybe we've got a chance. Actually, we don't even know if there's deep. There may not even be deep sand here at all. I don't think we're going to find it here. It won't be sand. It's just going to be like wherever they have sort of trampled things. It's funny, it's got open space there, but then there's nothing there. That's weird. It's a strange opening. I don't know why that's there. Over through here, we've just got clay loam. Yeah, so this isn't sand. I don't think we've got sand on the map. We may need to go and sort of try to get some more ourselves somehow else. Are these set? Yeah, they are set. Okay, that's fine. And again, we've got things in the, like sort of keeping them open. From the previous run. Oh, this has now been taken. That's good. So this has now opened itself up. So we can actually lock this down if we sort of end up with other things coming in, which is good. I might. I'll leave the wagon where it is. So much of this malls and stuff like this. Let's just go back down the bottom here again. Yeah, no one's been assigned and is active, but no one's actually doing anything with it just yet. Collect sand. Actually, someone's trying to collect sand, but I don't know from where. Here we go. So we've got kaolinite. So we've got kaolinite now into this other side, and we should then have bricks that we can then sort of make use of. Oh, we've got more migrants. Okay, so if anyone else wants one named, we've got more coming. So we'll just go and click on OK, pause, have a quick and see where they are. So they come in from here. We've got more animals, a reindeer calf, and another stray cow calf. So this will be another cow. And we've got a kid. So 12 years old, so almost adult. Another reindeer calf. What sex are you? You're female and male. Okay, so we'll end up with reindeers we can then slaughter. Another kid. Okay, we're getting lots of kids, 4 years old. A stray yak. Okay, we'll slaughter that one. Another reindeer. God, Santa's workshop with all these kids and reindeers. Okay, we've got another child. God, there's too many children. They're just all children. It's a big group of kids. What's going on here? I've never seen so many kids come. Finally, an adult. How many kids have you got? Hang on, does it say us back? Tell us back in here? No kids here. All right, so yeah, doesn't even know these kids. It's just wandered in. So we've got Grob is what is this one? An adequate cook. Okay, so this is Grob. Get your people, guys, while they're coming in hot. I think we're going to get another kid. Okay, here we go. Solon, the farmer. Okay, getting a lot here. This is with 3 children, so 3 of these kids will be his. This is a animal caretaker. So none of this is all that useful to us. Yeah, some kind of delinquent gang. Yeah, immigrated. I've got a presser in through here. No kids. Animal caretaker. 1 child. Unib. Oh, and a baby. There we go. So we've gone and picked up the baby. Baby's only 1 year old, so it needs to be sort of moved around. And the baby's got a pet duck. Here it comes, the pet duck. And who have we got here? 7. Here he is. 7 kids. Now it's only one of them that's here. The 3rd eldest son. Oh, hang on, that's he's a grown-up. All right, well, that's not who we think it is. What does he do? Herbalist. God, we're getting a lot of them coming in now. Adequate shearer. We're going to have to get a bit of a military going, I think. Yeah, caretaker, 3 children. Yeah, so 2 of the kids are here with her. Youngest son. The eldest son is Tailsly Fox. Okay, so this is so Tailsly Fox is was here first and said, "Hey, everyone, come and join us." So they've all come. So he's now got his brother and sister have arrived along with his mum and dad. So they've all moved in. Another kid. God, so many kids. This is going to get crazy. There's a lamb. Bloody hell. How many have we got? We're up to 33. This is absolutely crazy. So herbalist again. None of these jobs are great jobs for us. Got 1 child. So this one is a fish dissector. These are all soldiers. It's got another farmer, a cheesemaker, and a gelder. Useless professions. Brewer and cook, not so much. Up to 37 now. Remember, if we get to about 50, we're in a lot of trouble in terms of being a threat. Yeah, again, useless professions, all of these. And we've got a brewer. Brewers aren't too bad, but not really going to help much. Animal caretaker. Well, none of them are skilled. That is a shame. What a rotten shame. So we've got a group of peasants basically. So clip. Here we go. Thanks for the clip there. Check the VOD. Hero was the ring jammed in the door. Oh, was it? Was it? Okay. And we didn't. It's only worth 1,000 though. Oh, it's a human-made one. That's why. So it was an expensive ring, but it's not it's not great. It was good, but not great. Let's keep everything sort of going through here. So they're all going to be moving in. We've now got like a big fortress. We've gone from nothing to a lot. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start to. I think we better start working on our military and get them sort of set up. Yeah, so we're going to be needing to, we've got a lot of work to do to prepare everything. And I have run out of time today, but I would like to at least get started here. This, I think, is going to have to be where we end up with the where our military will then need to operate from. Now, unfortunately, this is all just kaolinite everywhere. But this is actually where we need to be. Now, we need to keep one of these locations like this, but actually, no, we've got all this. We've got the stair. We don't need this other. We don't need this ramp. I'm going to ditch this ramp at this point, and we might build even another floor in here at this level. In the end, I wanted to have stairs sort of running all the way around. But I've just run out of time, and sort of like, you know, to actually go and do all that. An upward slope there. What I might do is I might just dig into this, and then dig a corridor that goes up, and you've got rock salt in through here. That wouldn't be too bad. Then we'll just get like a 7x7 room there. Just get a couple of these rooms. Just get that one done. Petitions, deny. Okay. Well, oh, here we go. I do have to leave it here, just as a Forgotten Beast has come along. So the Forgotten Beast, Spos Ramispodus, has come. A towering feathered scorpion. Has wings. This is why you have to make sure you don't have openings from underneath. Its wings, and it has a bloated body. Its beige feathers are downy. Beware its poisonous sting. So let's have a look and see where this guy actually is. Pause. Now, I'm pretty sure that I've got no gaps that flying units can get into in this. This is in the bottom layer. This is it here. So this is Spos, the Forgotten Beast. It looks sickly. It's in the very, very bottom. What it may do is, well, actually, you know, I've screwed up. I have already screwed up because I've left the lava open. But this thing, I don't think we'll be able to get through the lava. You know what let me explain what I've done wrong. I have not put a grate anywhere to block this stuff off. And I really should have. That's why I had that like this. I should have had something that where like some block to stop things from getting through. Now, technically, I think that they can crawl out of this. Do we still got bricks? You've got porcelain bricks there. What do they do? Yeah, anyway, it's that will be for next time. we could have an empty fortress again very, very soon with this thing, if this thing does get inside. If it gets inside, how do I stop it? How do I stop it? Might put some doors down. Don't know if that's going to be enough. We'll see if it beelines for it. Let's just go for a little bit longer and just see what it does. Will it go for the edge? Where is it? There. See how it's coming straight for us? No, it's moving off. Or maybe. Let's go back and find it again. That's where it came in. So it's flying at the moment. No, it's flown away from where we can see it. Okay, so it's around somewhere, but yeah, hopefully it won't decide to swim in the lava. They do take damage from it, but they can still survive it. So we have to be a little bit careful with that. And I should have put some sort of protection. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. So we'll leave that now for we'll have this forgotten beast that we'll need to somehow deal with. We may have to set up some sort of trap system or something to try to capture it. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'll catch you guys tomorrow if you're around.